Good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to LATAN's webinar series, Using Assistive Technology to Manage Life Staying at Home. Today's webinar is Staying in Touch, Connecting with Loved Ones Using Assistive Technology. Before we get started, I want to ask you to enter your name, your email, parish, and organization, if you represent an organization, into the chat box. And that is going to be to LATAN. You can change the to if it says everyone in the chat box. Again, that's your name, email, parish, and organization if you represent an organization. While you're doing that, I want to let you know this webinar is being recorded. Today we have 30 minutes scheduled, and we will have time for questions at the end of the presentation. Your microphones are muted throughout the presentation. If you have a question, you may enter it into the chat box at any time. Closed captioning is available for anyone who wants closed captioning. You can access that by clicking on the closed caption feature at the bottom of your screen. Presenting today is Jay Sapp. He is the AT Solutions Specialist with LATAN. Jay?
Hi, Hi everyone. My name is Jay. I'm going to be presenting Staying in Touch, Connecting with Loved Ones Using Assistive Technology. Today we're going to be talking about how assistive technology can help you stay in touch with loved ones, whether they have a functional limitation or not. We're just going to go over some assistive technology that can assist with staying in contact during social distancing. So let's get started. So what is assistive technology? Assistive technology is any item or piece of equipment, tool, or software that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities in all aspects of life. This is including activities performed at school, work, or at home, or in a community. Assistive technology can range from low-tech to high-tech devices like fuzzy felt on communication boards for low-tech, or high-tech stuff like computers or electronic devices like power chairs, walkers, bracers, educational software that's geared towards specific learning curves, power lifts, pencil holders, eye gates, head trackers, and many more. But in today's presentation, we're going to be primarily focusing on assistive technology that emphasizes communication and that helps out with communication. These devices are going to be TTY telephones or closed captioning telephones. TTY stands for teletype phones or talk to you. It can be for either one. They're also known as closed captioning telephones. We're also going to be talking about amplified telephones, as well as two brands of video chat hubs. These are going to be the Amazon Alexa Show and the Google Home Nest. So first, I'm going to kick things off talking about the amplified telephones. On the left, we have the CapTel. It is a TTY telephone, so it's great for providing closed captions. And on the right, we have the Clarity amplified telephone. That's one we're going to be talking about first. So this is the Clarity XLC amplified cordless telephone. The Clarity is an amplified telephone. On the surface, it looks like a standard telephone that any person would normally have in their home. But in fact, it's actually a great solution for telecommunicating with a loved one who may have low hearing, or maybe hard hearing, or the elderly. It can reach volume decibels of around 50 decibels just through the ear speaker, as well as an amplified speaker that reaches 95 decibels. That's very loud. It's about max volume on modern televisions. It's also capable of being compatible with hearing aids. So if your loved one is currently using a hearing aid, it is compatible with that. It also has talking caller ID. So if your loved one happens to have lower vision and a call is coming in, the phone will actually announce the caller ID that is calling, as well as a backlit keyboard and a talking keypad. So if they want to make calls, it's easier for them to see if they have low vision or if they have no vision at all. Each button that is pressed will actually be audibly said back to them. So with the super bright visual ringers and the voicemail indicators, as well as the visual ringer, the clarity is great for someone with low vision as well as low hearing. So moving on to the TTY telephones. Here we have the Captel 880. The Captel 880 is a TTY telephone, or a talk to you telephone, that is designed for people who have low hearing and or low vision, or just those who have a hard time reading normal sized captions. It works like a standard telephone, but uses an internet connection to interpret your conversation and turn it into text. You or your loved one can enjoy a regular call with the added benefits of having captions read back to them. The captions can be turned off and on as needed. It also has an amplified ear speaker, just like the previous device, the Clarity, and adjustable sizes and fonts for captions that allow the captions to be a little more accessible. It also has a built-in phone book and answering machine. These phones do require a landline and the internet service to properly caption the conversation, but it is a great alternative to a normal telephone for someone who may have a low hearing to stay in contact with. So moving on to the next Captel phone that we're going to be talking about today. This is a more upgraded version of the Captel 880. This is the Captel 2400 series. The Captel 2400 series is a more premium version of the 880 for a number of reasons. Not only does it come with every feature that the 880 previously mentioned comes with, but it's also a more modern version of it. It has, instead of the standard text display that comes on the 880, the 2400 has a more up-to-date look. The old display has been switched out for a more tablet-esque touchscreen, similar to an iPad, with big, vibrant colors that can be changed out to accommodate for color blindness. The tints can be changed. The screen is large and easy to read. It's adjustable. It's adjustable as in the fonts can be zoomed in and out of. As mentioned before, the screen also has color tint options for those with color blindness. The display also tilts and can be laid flat out. So if you want to hang it up on a wall, it can be a great wall mount, or it can just be a standard sitting telephone, home telephone. The adjustable volume control can reach up to 40 decibels, so not as loud as the Clarity, but it's still very loud. 40 decibels is still a very loud setting. The volume button is easy to see, and it's also backlit, so it's easily adjustable. This Captel model also comes with a service called Captel Customer One Touch Captel Customer Service, which is essentially a speed dial service to where you can automatically connect you to a Captel helpline. The menu system is easy to follow. It has simple yes or no questions, and it also comes with a built-in phone book storage that allows you to store up to 200 calls, as well as a speed dialing service, so where you can assign a contact per key on the board. It is also caller ID capable. It shows you and also announces anyone that is any incoming calls. And just like the previous phone, it does require a landline and internet connection to properly caption the conversation. So that was the Captel 2400, and that's the end of the TTY and amplified telephones. Now we're going to move on to video chat hubs. Today we will be talking about the Google Home Nest, which is on the left, and the Amazon Alexa Show, which is on the right. These devices also double as home automation hubs, but we'll talk more about that later. First, we're going to talk about the Amazon Alexa Show devices. You might have already heard about the Amazon Alexa. It's a great smart companion to have in your home, but it also doubles as a home telephone replacement. Amazon excels when it comes to sophistication with their products. The Amazon Alexa can not only act as a home phone replacement in a way, but it can also act as your home assistant. The Alexa is a great personal smart home companion because she can connect to essentially a lot of appliances that you currently already have in your home via hubs, or say if you already have a smart home appliance, that she can most likely already connect to it. She is also a great home companion. She can be asked anything, and using a Bing search, she can search the internet to answer a multitude of questions. She can control appliances in your house, ranging from smart TVs to smart thermometers, smart locks for your doors, and she can also make standard phone calls, all from just saying Alexa, simply asking Alexa to do something for you. Um, if your family members happen to have the Alexa app installed on their phone, you can easily just ask Alexa to drop in on your family member, and she will immediately put you into a video chat with them. The Alexa Show is a great alternative to having traditional telephones because it is not only a stationary device that can replace your telephone as a communication device that sits in your home, but it also has video chat capabilities. It allows the user to communicate a number of different ways that they couldn't possibly do before on a telephone. And this is ways like this could be like sign language, or just simply writing text on a piece of paper and just showing the person that you're communicating with via a video chat. Despite the show not needing a dedicated phone line, it still will need an internet connection and an Amazon account to make video calls. But standard calls can just be made using the Amazon Alexa by itself. So that's something to keep note of. And lastly, we're going to move on to the Google Nest Hubs. This is the larger version on the left and the smaller version on the right. Notice that the larger version has a built-in camera where the smaller version doesn't. We're going to talk about that here in a second. So the Google Home series, like the Alexa line, is pretty much the only real competitor in the smart home world. The Google can double as a home automation assistant, just like the Amazon Alexa. Google can be asked to turn on TVs, lamps, air conditioning, and more. But where Google falls short is the actual voice assistant itself. It's not as fleshed out as Alexa. You can only give Google simple commands, such as asking it simple questions like, what's the weather today? What time is it? Can you turn on my TV? Stuff like that. But where Google does shine is in its sheer versatility. The Google Home line is very versatile. It has the ability to interact with not only other Google products and services, but also third-party home appliances such as Intuit and other third parties, maybe security services or other third-party home automation devices that you may already have in your home. Unlike the Amazon, which is Amazon Alexa, which is pretty much just geared to work with mostly Amazon-related devices or Amazon-authorized devices. Calls can be made on the Google Home, standard phone calls, just like the Alexa devices. But unlike the Alexa devices, you don't need a Google account to make those calls. The only backdraw with the Google devices, as mentioned before, the video calling is only restricted to the larger models. The larger models come with the cameras and the larger speakers and the larger display, so they're a little more accessibility friendly. But the smaller video hubs can still make standard phone calls. So if you want to replace your home phone with that, it is still a viable option. And that concludes my presentation on the types of assistive technology that can help you stay in contact with your family members during the quarantine or during this time of COVID-19. My name is Jay again. I just want to remind everyone that we will be hosting webinars from now on every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Our next one will be on implementing healthy habits throughout one's day, and that will be presented by Lori Pinnell. Please visit our website to view our AT Marketplace, or give us a call to access devices like the one we discussed today or more. Thank you.